I stand in opposition to this bill, and I want to clarify a few things. Currently in the state of Connecticut, if you get an infraction for a criminal offense, for example, creating public disturbance is an infraction. Simple trespass is an infraction. And you fail to answer that, generally a failure to respond warrant is issued for your arrest. When you come in contact with a police officer, taken into custody, and you answer that failure to respond charge. When you get an infraction, say speeding or motor vehicle related offenses, there is no warrant that gets issued for you when you fail to send that in. So if I get a speeding ticket today and crumble it up and throw in the garbage and do nothing, there's no warrant for my arrest. I simply get my driver's license suspended, and that's it. The representation that both things are happening is just not accurate. When we talk about motor vehicle infractions, that's not what's happening. You get your license suspended. If you get subsequently stopped, then you would be charged with operating under suspension. You would get a court date at that point. Certainly, if you fail to appear to that court date, then there'll be a failure to appear warrant issued for your arrest. As the Chief State's Attorney noted in the bottom of his testimony, if this bill were to pass, somebody who gets an infraction simply for speeding and throws it in the garbage, we essentially have no recourse to force them to pay that fine or stop speeding. I should note for members of this committee that as of a couple of days ago, in 2024, we have experienced 87 fatalities on our highway. We are on our highways in this state. We are at this moment on track to surpass 2022 and have the highest rate of fatalities in Connecticut in over 40 years. That is a serious, serious concern. When I testified in transportation earlier this year on a different bill, unrelated here, I made the point, distracted driving causes accidents. Intoxicated driving causes accidents, no doubt. But the leading cause of fatality as a result of an accident is speed because of physics. Certainly if I'm texting and driving at 25 and hit a tree, or I'm texting and driving at 100 miles an hour and hit a tree, we're talking about significantly different outcomes. The speed on our highways is the contributing factor to this high rate of fatalities beyond anything else. Any one of us who drives to Hartford on the daily knows right well that the average speed on our highways is excessive. Okay? And now we're going to tell the people of the state of Connecticut, if you happen to get a speeding ticket, which is not even likely right now because of the state of law enforcement in the state anyway, if you happen to get a speeding ticket, throw it in the garbage. Nothing's going to happen to you. That is totally backwards to what we should be doing in this state. Now, I understand that we have an infraction schedule that is the same for everybody. And I can appreciate individuals with higher incomes can get a speeding ticket and pay it, no big deal. Individuals with lower incomes, it has a much more far-reaching effect on them because it's much more difficult to pay. And I'm willing to sit at a table and have a conversation about ways that we can overcome that. But never to the extent that we are going to enable speeding on our highways in this state and continue to lose lives unnecessarily. Frankly, Mr. Speaker, I want to give a great compliment to Commissioner Eucalito, who submitted testimony in this bill that I read, and he had the courage and the integrity to stand up and say, hey, this is a major problem. That gentleman has taken seriously his role as Commissioner of Transportation to get safety back on our highways for those who commute through our state on the regular as residents or those who visit us. He has taken it seriously. I'm a little disappointed that Judicial and the Chief State's Attorney's Office submitted testimony taking no position, though they did recognize and point out the problems with it. And I'm more disappointed that the Commissioner of Public Safety has not submitted any testimony in opposition to this. This is a major, major, major issue in the state of Connecticut, this speeding and these fatalities on our highways. And voting yes on this today not only does nothing to affect that and make it better and make it safer, but in fact, Mr. Chairman, it does the exact opposite. We are going to tell people in the state of Connecticut, if we pass this bill, hey, go ahead and speed. You get a speeding ticket, throw it in garbage, do whatever you want, and we'll just have massive fatalities. That is horrific public policy, and I assure you I will not be a part of it, and I encourage all of my colleagues today to vote no on this. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.